Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Central Area Planning Committee meeting on July the 1st, 2021. My name is Councillor Michael Edwards and I'm the chairman of this committee. Before we commence the business of the meeting, there are a few housekeeping issues to run through. Members, the setup for the meeting has been designed to mitigate for COVID. Therefore, can I ask all present to work to the protocols agreed at Council on the 29th of April 2021 in the interest of member and officer safety. We are streaming this meeting live as well as recording, and by being present in this meeting, you are giving your consent to being recorded. Members and officers, during each item, please put your hand up or raise your paddle to indicate if you wish to speak. I will then invite you at the appropriate time. When invited to speak, please remove your mask, put on your visor, turn on your microphone and speak clearly. Please reference a page or paragraph number when referring to the agenda papers. Keep your contributions as clear and concise as possible and ensure your microphones remain off when not speaking. Finally, can I draw your attention to the notices on the agenda papers regarding the different levels within the chamber and advise that the fire exit is the door behind this top table. Item 2, Bernie, apologies for absence.
We've received apologies for absence from Councillor Hurd. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Item 3, minutes of the last meeting on the 2nd of June 2021. These are found on pages 7 to 12, and it is recommended that the minutes of that meeting are approved as a true and accurate record. I so move. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Nunn. If any member wishes to speak on any matters of accuracy, please indicate that you wish to speak. There are none. Can I agree? Can I ask for agreement by assent? Thank you. Item 4, declarations of interest. To disclose the existence and nature of any disclosable pecuniary interest, other pecuniary interests, or non-pecuniary interests relating to items of business on the agenda, having regard to paragraph 6 to 8, inclusive of the Code of Conduct for members. Members are reminded that they are also required to disclose any such interests as soon as they become aware should the need arise throughout this meeting. Item 4, planning application 21/00. Oh, sorry. I beg your pardon.
Thank you, Chair. Just a non-pecuniary interest that I used to live in Plume Avenue. Thank you, Chair.
Councillor Swain.
Mr. Chairman, a personal non-pecuniary interest in item 5. I'm not personally acquainted with Mr. Coxey, but he and I are both in my grandson's fantasy football league.
Thank you, Councillor Swain. Agenda item 5 then. Planning application 21/00326, House 38 Plume Avenue. We move to agenda item 5. These are pages 13 to 20. Please note that a member's update in relation to this application has been circulated prior to this meeting. Ms. Keane, please can you present your report?
Thank you, Chairman. Planning permission is sought for the construction of a 2-storey front extension, 2-storey side extension, and single-storey front, side and rear extensions. This is a location plan showing the proposed site outlined in red. This is the existing block plan and the proposed block plan. Please note the shed is existing and is to be retained. These are the existing elevations. These are the proposed elevations showing the front, side and rear extensions. This is the existing ground floor plan and the existing first floor plan. And these are the proposed ground floor plans and the proposed first floor plan. This is a street scene showing the proposed dwelling alongside the existing neighbouring dwellings. And these are the photographs of the site showing the existing front and rear elevations of the dwelling. Please note the shed cannot be seen above the existing boundary wall. The application is recommended for approval. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Ms King. Okay, members, I open the debate and invite you to put any questions or make any comments you have on this report. Councillor Morris.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've looked at this report. I think it's a very good report from the officer, and I'm in complete agreement. I think that this one is a good one, and I would propose that we accept the officer's report and grant permission.
Is it going to a seconder for that? I'll second that. You'll second that. Thank you. Councillor Swain.
Can I clarify 2 points on the left-hand side? Whether the proposed building has any windows on the side facing...
They're the bits that are proposed, so that's the extension.
And in front, that is all new, is it? That?
Yes, so it's going to be a bay window at ground floor and an extension to the front of the garage as well. And obviously at the first floor, the front elevation will be extended as well.
Thank you, Councillor Swain. Councillor Shaughnessy, you called this in. Would you like to comment?
Yes, I would indeed, Chairman. Thank you very much. Yes.
Sorry, could I remind members to use their microphones?
Can't hear you, sorry.
Thanks for the reminder. Sorry, thank you. Yes, I was asked to call this in by MTC Planning Committee, as there was much discussion about this at the time, and I know it says on the report that it was passed by town, but it was only marginally passed by town, and I was asked to call it in, which indeed I have. Now, I referred to D1 and H4. I'd like to just expand on those, if I may, Chairman. Thank you. D1, 1B, I think the size and scale of this is much too big for the original property, and it's out of proportion to the original property as well. On D14, I think there is probably some overlooking, particularly to the houses on Wallace Binder Close. I think there is visual impact all round. It's a vast extension on all sides of this property, and I think there may be some daylight and sunlight issues with any of the neighbours. As for H4, Chairman, thank you, alterations, extensions or additions are supposed to maintain, enhance the character and sustainability of the original building. And on number 2, be of an appropriate scale. And I don't think this is of an appropriate scale. I think this is really unbalanced and is very over scale, if there is such a thing. And if I can draw people's attention to 5.2.5 on page 17, thank you, Chairman. The proposal to lower or alter the roof style, and I think this has recently come in, this alteration, by 40 centimetres, does not really alter the bulk and scale of this proposal at all. It still looks cramped within the plot, to quote from that 5.2.5. And it mentions number 4. It's nowhere near 38. There are some individual properties on that side at the top near number 4, so it's not really a sort of comparable at all. And I think it's very much too near number 36, which is the building, the property to the right of 38. I'll leave it at that for the moment. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Councillor Shaughnessy. Councillor Jeanette Stilts.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, can I ask the officer, have there been any letters of complaints against this application?
Through you, Chair. No, there hasn't.
thank you. I actually think that from the pictures that we've got, the drawings, that it actually enhances the front of the house and the street scene. It brings it in line with the one next door to it. And there is quite gaps between those two houses. And if we can see the picture of the back garden, you can actually see that they actually have a very large back garden. So they aren't overlooking the neighbours' gardens at all.
Thank you. Councillor Mays.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, I was going to ask for the photographs to be put back up, and also the side elevation, which shows quite a dense wall. I just wanted to have another look at. Thank you. So there's no windows adjacent on the western elevation. There are no windows that overlook the house next door. Is that where the very small gap is? Just to.
Through you, Chair, yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Councillor Hagan. Hagan. Sorry.
That's right. Thank you, Chair. I concur with Councillor Shaughnessy because of the areas within the policies that she cited, D1 especially, with B being the height, scale and form. The street scene, there are some larger houses at the top, but the street scene has houses that are predominantly of the same type of size. So the bulk and scale of this will be out of proportion, and there again against the existing street scene and massing. And again, I concur with point 4 of that policy about the visual impact. I think it has a negative visual impact, and that 1 metre gap, although it may be legal, is visually upsetting with in relation to the balance of the street scene. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Mays.
Yeah, could I have another look at the street scene, please? Thank you. Are there any photographs of the street scene? Oh, right, okay, yes, that's what I was looking at. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Councillor Swain.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. I think I can see from that the projection further of the garage out will still be, what do we say, behind or in line with the next door, because the house itself is set further back, isn't it? Also, along that road, almost every house has done some sort of extension development at front. And my third point is that vis-à-vis the other house on the left, it's sort of angled away from number 38. So an extension there is sort of slightly diverging from the line of the next door house. That's on the left-hand side. So that is sort of less of an intrusion than it would be if the houses were directly parallel with each other or next to each other.
Thank you. Well, we have a proposal by Councillor Morris to approve this, seconded by Councillor Mays. Can we go to the vote on this? Voting in favour of the recommendation.
Recorded vote, please, Chair.
Recorded vote, please. Bertie?
Thank you, Chairman. Members, I will call your names in alphabetical order. We're voting for Councillor Morris's proposal, seconded by Councillor Mays, to approve the application in line with the officer's recommendation. Starting, Councillor Beale.
4.
Councillor Edwards.
4.
Councillor Hubner.
4.
Councillor Lagan.
Against.
Councillor Mays.
4.
Councillor Morris.
Obviously 4.
Councillor Nunn.
4.
Councillor Shaughnessy.
Against.
Councillor Stilts.
4.
Councillor Swain.
4.
Thank you, members. That's 8 for the proposal, 2 against, no abstentions.
That's carried then. Thank you very much. Item 6 any items of business? I have none. Therefore, believe it or not, I close this meeting at 7:45.
That's a record.
I did say that.